I was born in the US, and while that doesn't seem like a big deal, it was to me. I grew up surrounded by other Filipino-ish kids who were more American Filipino than Filipino-American. My mom said that our family in the Philippines were happy that we now had an American citizen in the family once I was born. But it never felt like a privilege. I felt detached, whitewashed, uncultured. I ate pasta instead of rice and the traditional dishes my dad would make at home. I spent half of my life embracing American culture, the American dream that my parents worked so hard to immigrate here for. The other half of me wished I could have tried to embrace being Filipino a little bit more. Why couldn't I have been born in the Philippines? Why can't I speak the language? Is understanding even enough? Am I Filipino enough? As I entered college, my friend group became almost entirely Filipino. Called ourselves halo-halo, meaning mix-mix. Just to accommodate for the sprinkles of Hispanic, white, and Korean who were with us. But then some of them would speak to each other in Tagalog and talk about their time in the Philippines. But I've only visited once. So I started to listen and sing to Tagalog songs, but side by side with the translation so that maybe the words would translate into English in my head instead of just knowing what it means. Am I even allowed to be prideful in my culture? I'm just at the in-between. Just a little bit but not enough, almost but not quite fully Filipino. And I was struggling. So I asked my family. How would you give me advice in response to this feeling that I have?
It's important to not discredit the experience you do have now, because even if you do feel like you aren't Filipino enough or you aren't Asian enough, I think your own experience is still very unique to you, and I think it's never too late to learn more about your culture and to immerse yourself, and then just knowing that even if you don't do that, you're still
Filipino.
You're still Filipino.
Sa inyo nga duha, you don't measure your Filipino-ness sa imong sa pagkaon mo, sa imong language mo, sometimes
where you were
born. Importante na iya ang values mo sa inyong brother mo gali. Ultimately, we are, children of God. Talayo katalan. Our father is the same, but we might be different in our color sa aton na paghambal, pero ang values that defines us as people of God, children of God, is the same. Love of our fellow man, love of our family, love our dedication to God, and our faith in God. So amo na yang what defines us as Filipino and as people of God.
Bye bye, love you.
You're Filipino through and through.
I've learned that it doesn't really matter how Filipino I am, or if I'm Filipino enough. The fact is,
You are a true-blooded Filipino.
I'm Filipino. And that's enough.